crimes.
That's
they
right.
don't send
Every
innocent
crime.
people to jail.
Every crime.
Right. Sure they don't. Who's they, though?
Them?
He got prosecuted.
You know,
Look,
like
look. He might not have been the first person to raise the price of medicine beyond what's reasonable, but have you seen the headlines about what's the Johnson & Johnson and the Purdue Corporation?
Yep.
Okay. Where'd you go?
No one likes Johnson.
Change the banner.
Oh, hold on. God, I'm not on the banners right now.
Oh, what?
Boom.
Puny banner.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Yes, you have very good timing. It says voiceover from nowhere. Like, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I guess the next thing I have to do is figure out how to put my picture in this place.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
setting.
we can. When I get my monitor back, we can do screen sharing as well, so we can actually bring stuff up on the screen that we're talking about.
Right.
But I need to have a second monitor to do it. Otherwise, I'm just going to get confused and mess up, and then show people all my bank account stuff. Oh, somebody knows you, Jeff.
What?
Yeah, what are we calling you today?
We're calling him Jeff.
I'm going by Jeff. Yeah,
That is his name, from what I understand.
That was a one-time only affair.
And I don't know that it wasn't Yule that made that decision for you.
I did. I mean, it wasn't really much of a decision. I was just trying to say something very normal.
Well, right now I'm lonely.
Forwards.
I'm just saying I'm lonely. I'm the only person on the damn screen, and I just hold on. I got a good idea.
Oh. Well, there you go.
There we go. You're back. Oh, hey, Yule. What's going on? Welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. So last week we didn't have much of a show. In fact, I didn't even see like the minutes that we actually did stuff come up.
It might have been like 5-10 minutes.
Did you make it private or something?
I didn't touch it. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. So
I don't think there were like no views, and I'm not even sure if there was any. It kept saying that it was.
So it's appropriate. It was an appropriately popular show. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're cut off in the middle of a sentence, like 4 minutes in, and nobody watched it. I wonder why.
If I knew it was going to be the day that we were going to take off from doing the show, I would have gone home earlier.
You want to know what's bad news? That was the last time it happened. So around the time you were like telling people, "Hey, we're out, we're done. Sorry, guys," it was back, and then it never happened again the rest of the night. So we could have kept going, but now I have a UPS, and it doesn't matter if a lightning strike shouldn't cause any problems.
All right, excellent. Well, wait, you didn't get that though.
I did. The second one actually showed up this morning.
Oh, see,
I was watching like a hawk. You know what I'm saying? I was like at the peephole, making sure my neighbors weren't trying to steal my stuff. Like,
right.
Come on, free shipping on that?
Bring it. Yeah, the second one, absolutely.
Those fuckers are heavy.
They are, but somebody either took off with it or I don't. But whatever, doesn't matter.
That's impressive. If you steal that thing because they are.
You're not going far. You're just running to your car. It's not that far away. Right, the getaway driver's revving the engine. You're tumbling down the stairs with a 40-pound UPS under your arm and going like, "What the hell gold is this?" And then you get in the car and you're just disappointed all the way to the next address. Yeah, you're trying to catch up to that UPS truck, and you're like, "Man, we can't even sell this thing."
No, we're gonna go NSFW the rest of the way. I think.
No.
No safe for work.
No safe.
No safe. I mean, it will be overall, but
I'm sorry. Are we?
You get to know everybody.
What are you? I don't know what the hell's going on. Corey, what's going on? Bruja, welcome. Fantinuum, welcome. Who else is in here? Anybody? I see 4, and I'm not one of them.
I'm one of them.
Of course. Hey, Yule, welcome to the show.
Hello.
To the show. Well, let's try to get that second microphone working, but this is fine.
Okay.
I can hear both of you fine.
All right.
If anybody, they're using one mic between two guys.
Let's not worry.
Two guys, one mic.
As long as Yule is audible, that's the important thing.
So anyway, the audience, you can hear me, right? So I assume so.
Nobody said yes, so I assume no.
Okay,
The real question is it crappy? You know,
It's-
you were saying it didn't
I can
sound
get rid
as
of
good.
the extra screen.
I don't know. I think this is good.
Corey
Yeah.
thinks it sounds perfect.
Yeah,
It's
all
fine.
right.
It's fine.
It's just you, maybe.
It's definitely fine.
Yeah.
Don't give me that shit.
Cool.
Don't
Now,
give me
and
that
if
shit.
it picks up Jeff at all, it's at least doing okay.
It's doing better than the other one was.
Snowball.
It's doing
The
great.
snowball.
Ain't no
It's doing
ball
great.
like snowball.
Okay, yes. See, it's perfect and it's a little hollow, but it's perfect.
All right, great. All right, welcome
Just like me.
everybody.
Just like me. Well, my cranium, but it's perfect. I'm full of organs and things. All right, so what's new with you, Yule? It's been a week, and well, it's been more than a week because we never actually got to catch up last week.
I think as we were talking and you went out, we were talking about how busy I had been the week prior
Uh-huh.
because a customer of ours is looking to sell his old stuff off.
That is right. Yes.
And this weekend I did more of that. What is going on is we're going to take key issues of his that are worthwhile to have CGC'd, and we're
Uh-huh.
going to get them slabbed.
Uh-huh.
It's a timely process and it costs some money.
Timely.
Well,
Not timely. But I get you.
it's going to take a while.
Yep.
A
Yep.
few weeks, maybe a week to get there, a week to
What do
get
they
back.
say about good things
5
come to those? No, good things come to that's not appropriate. Maybe
Well,
patience is a virtue.
Yeah, whatever.
Is
there's
it?
There's a cliche, definitely.
Hey,
Don't forget, you can highlight people's names or their what they say if they have anything pertinent. Good job.
what do you think?
It's-
Fantinuum, you're in the limelight now.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. It's a neat little feature.
It's so much better than Google Hangouts.
Well, it used to be you'd have to do something like a super chat to get something highlighted, and that's when a person pays money to
In Google
get,
Hangouts?
but that's when you have so many people.
Are you
that are
talking about
just
like Twitch or
saying
something?
stuff, and the scrolling is going on the chat.
All right,
that
that's
I
never
really
in my
need to say
experience
what I have
happened.
Yeah, well, exactly. We only have. I mean, we have a strong 7.
We have 5 friends. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I get customers that come in and watch it after the fact. So again, sorry we were a little cussy in the beginning.
You know what? I'm done apologizing for foul language. I'm done.
The kids don't care.
The kids enjoy it. They want to practice. They want to know how do the cool kids cuss.
Yeah.
I think I started cursing when I was, in fact, a child, and I loved it as much then as I do now. Probably.
Well, yeah, but there's plenty of things we said.
and
as
I know
children we
way
don't say
more now than I did then.
Uh,
I can teach the kids things that they would love to hear.
Yes.
it's okay to apologize sometimes.
I can cuss in 2 languages, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, what's the other one? Italian?
Spanish? No, I don't speak Italian yet. We'll get there.
You just tap into your deep
Yeah,
into your
roots,
bloodstream.
your blood.
It's in there.
If I have to worry about it for getting the passport, I will worry about it then. But it'll just be like a crash course, and I'll pass the test, and then I will quit immediately because it's a matter of time before Google has a little implant I can stick in my ear that just tells me what people are saying, and then when I speak to them, they've got one too, and they hear what I'm saying, even though we don't speak the same language.
Babelfish.
Essentially, yes.
Oh,
That
there
would
you
be
go.
great. It would solve a lot of problems. I'd have more friends. More people would be able to understand the crap that comes out of my mouth.
I mean,
it would
it's
be
not
just
magic. I
fantastic.
don't know if you would have more friends.
Well, if they were children, you would. Because, as we know.
Yes,
children-
all of my friends are children, everybody. That's how I roll. I just hang out with like kids, little ones, preschool, you know?
Hey, little kid, let me teach you a dirty word. Take this one home to your mom and dad, or mom and mom, whatever.
Nickel, I'll teach you a swear.
I mean, it all specific there.
Yeah, well, no thanks. Kids are annoying.
We know how you feel about children.
Up till like 13 or 14 when they start to actually have conversations.
You know, sometimes no, a kid will have a personality soon.
Oh, it's not the personality that I care about. It's a conversation.
They will
Right.
have conversations. You just
can't have a
to,
conversation with a 7-year-old.
Yes,
Try
you can.
it. Try it.
You can have a conversation with a 7-year-old. You're
can
just
have-
going to talk about what a 7-year-old wants to talk about.
No, thank you.
Well, there you go. But, you know, if you were a TV exec trying to get that hot cartoon so that, you know, you're trying to, you know, do all the Coke
Wait, what?
and the Alf and all that stuff, you got to know what a kid wants to do or wants to watch, you know, and stuff
No.
like that. So it's a
I'm
good
sorry.
conversation.
No. You're playing the devil's advocate for the losing side. No one enjoys talking to 7-year-olds except for other 7-year-olds. Trust me, their parents don't even
Kids
like
are
it.
shy when they come in the store, even though I try and be, I'm like, hey, what's up? I mean, I don't curse up a storm or anything like they want.
What's up, coffee junkie?
Or, you know, the little 8-year-old
'Cause
girl
their
and say,
parents
how
are
you
there.
fucking doing, kid?
What's up, bitch? Welcome to my store.
Want. But yeah, their parents there, and it's not going to be cool.
Nah, it's fine. Whatever. Sequential Geek and Coffee Junkie, welcome to the show. Thanks for saying hi. Well, okay, so we're caught up. You and me, we're caught up, right? We're doing
Well, I'm
good.
answering Sequential Geek.
Our brains don't even fully develop until we're like 28. They're not
Wait.
done. They're not done baking until mid-late 20s.
It's a male thing.
Speak for yourself, bro, because I am still baking as we speak.
I know. I'm kind of on the same plane right there with you. I'm not sure that we ever finish baking our
We're
brains
erupting force today.
in force. Well, we've increased our numbers by 50%.
Oh, excellent.
So we're like Power Rangers at this point. We're stronger.
Stronger. Excellent.
Yes.
So,
So yeah, this is me trying to have a conversation with the 7-year-old. Power
Man.
Rangers.
foot on a Power Ranger or a Transformer or a Voltron, that would suck.
Do you remember GoBots?
I remember not caring.
I remember I had a
Parts
GoBot that
and
had testicles.
fingers looked horrible.
They were kind of janky looking. I didn't have any GoBots.
I mean, I guess GoBots was first, but that's not really
Not in our hearts.
exactly not in our hearts. I
Was
saw
there-
the Transformers movie. That
Was there a
great.
TV show for the GoBots?
Yeah, there was.
Hmm.
It was
I do remember that being like it was always on like on a school day morning
Yeah.
when I would be like, oh, I really wish this was Transformers, but it's not.
I'm not skipping school today, damn it.
I guess I'll watch it.
Sequential Geek says that Tom Scioli does the GoBots
True.
miniseries, which is
The
Anything
only good
Scaly.
GoBots.
the only good GoBots. Scioli is also going to be doing a Fantastic Four grand design for Marvel
Ooh.
in the
Wait.
style of Ed Piskor, except
In
his
this-
style.
In the style of
Jack. Well, Scioli already is a big. He borrows heavily from Jack Kirby, so for him to do a Fantastic Four, it's just that's a good move.
It's a no-brainer.
No brainer.
Feels like a no-brainer.
Something that had been rumored like a year or two ago anyway. So my guess is he's probably been started it a while.
you mean he's not going to just do it last minute?
They've just been
Takes a
full
while.
steam ahead on the on all of that shit, like on doing Volume 2 and Volume 3 of the X-Men. They've just been coming fast. And hard.
Well, there was a
Are you
live.
talking about brand design?
Yeah. Tom
Yeah.
or Ed Piskor is also doing. He's drawing something right now, and he live streams it every now and then. So if you want to see how a person does panel work and how he inks it in and stuff like that, it's really cool. Yeah. So
Yes, it
That's
is. It is Jeff.
kayfabe. I don't remember commentary. I don't know what the
Cartoonist K.
cartoonist kayfabe.
Okay.
But that's a good channel if you're really into especially the minutia of comics. They really get into it usually from a broader beginning, and then they start fine-tuning it as the show goes on, and it's usually Ed Piskor and Jim Rugg. And Jim Rugg does Street Angel, which is going to have a new edition coming out through Image soon also.
Okay, good.
They're exciting. These are like the exciting younger alternative creators that are kind of taking a stab at being paid attention by the mainstream comic fans. Yeah, exactly. And I think we as fans should really support this because we've been really
support how.
Well, purchase the comics without a doubt.
Let's just go there.
Yeah, so
come into my store, buy it now.
X-Men Grand Design has sold very well for us, and we also did really well when Pitscore did the Hip Hop Family Tree.
Ooh.
Those did really well for us.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I don't even care about either topics, to be completely frank, but they're beautiful books. I will look at them all day long.
Yeah. And Tom Scioli is kind of, in that
throwbacky.
Thank you. Throwbacky kind of style. And he really borrows heavily from Jack Kirby. And he had a series from Image called Godland that he did with Joe Casey. And that is one of my all-time favorite comics.
And it did a lot of that kind of Fantastic Four, cosmic stuff. Like it played with a lot of those.
Yeah, it played with a lot of the family unit, which the Fantastic Four is big on, and it's cosmic, which is something that the Fantastic Four deal with, and it was also cosmic in the way that Jim Starlin was when he was doing stuff for Warlock, when he introduced Thanos and all those characters. It was trippy. I'm sure there was something being smoked. Steve Englehart was another one that wrote, like Doctor Strange during the time. And they did some really cool far out stuff. And these guys that are creating some of this stuff is kind of reminiscent of that. Or at least they're borrowing heavily from it. This is the stuff. And anyway, Godland was that way. Joe Casey, I'm pretty sure is a pothead. And his stuff on Godland, it was funny. It was contemporary to the late 90s, early 2000s. So when he talks about Ty Pennington, you're going to have to get out the Google machine to figure out what he's talking about. But he's a home improvement guy for you that don't know. ABC, something like that. Anyway.
Trading Spaces before that.
Trading Spaces before that. Give me some HGTV.
Hipster.
Yeah, Godland, one of my favorites.
Do you still have the poster on the wall?
Oh, yeah, we have a Keith Giffen drawn poster, and then at the front there's one that's a Scaly poster. They were given to me from Image, which is cool because when they were around the corner, they knew I was a.
Aren't they the fourth largest comic company?
You son of a bitch. So Eric Stevenson said, "I wish every store had a Yule to sell Godland because I don't think it sold that well."
Otherwise, it helps when the people selling stuff actually like the stuff that they're selling. You mean?
It's hard to remember.
Is that really a surprise?
It's tough. It's tough to always want to push something, even if you really like it. And if you are involved in all the other work that goes on with the day, sometimes going out of your way to proselytize for a comic book, it's tough. Godland was really easy though. I was really into it, and it was just my everything at the time. It was anything I wasn't getting. That was a great time though. We had eventually, or at that time, we had Grant Morrison X-Men. Joe Casey was doing X-Men. We had Milligan doing stuff that was really cool with Ecstatics or X-Force. And a lot of people were coming. Joe Quesada was still drawing comic books, so that was cool.
That was before Godland.
That was before Godland. This was the time of those things. Jeff Loeb, not my favorite creator in comics, but he was exciting. Jim Lee was coming back to actually draw comics instead of just Do something to kick off something for DC. These were like a little bit more special kind of things that were going on, and I don't know. Godland was part of it.
But now you have exciting books too.
We do have exciting books. Again, this is what I'm saying. I don't really go, other than on this show or when I'm talking with Jeff or a few customers that really want to chit chat about it. I don't really talk about House of X, Powers of 10. Like, I got to really push this on you. Of course, we haven't really had it in abundance in the store, so it's really hard to get into it. But there have been a few people that I've been talking to and saying, you got to pick it up. It's coming out. It'll happen. I promise. It's worth it.
It's worth the wait.
It is definitely a book, but it's really. Black Hammer, Jeff Lemire books. There's a few others that I'm really into, but I don't get into those conversations as much when I was just a grunt.
And now you feel like you're pushing books all the time?
Now it's a lot of ordering. It's a lot of just ringing people up.
Did the honeymoon wear off?
The honeymoon. All right, so here's what we did. I did the Howard Don't Smoke Pot until your birthday for however many days or for as many days as years you're gonna be alive.
Yeah, 31 always.
So yeah, exactly. From now on, it's only 31.
Right.
So I signed the paperwork to get the store on the day that was my birthday. That was the day I smoked pot for the first time in like 45 days or something.
And that was before or after?
That was the first time I felt. I signed the paperwork, went home, got high. And that's the first time I'd gotten high. And it was the first time I felt real paranoia.
Yes, that would do it. If I made a terrible mistake.
I made a terrible mistake.
Maybe. Maybe not.
That's here we are.
The honeymoon. Later. Yeah,
exactly.
10 years later.
If nothing else, it was a period of time in your life.
We still have 2 more years.
You're at a comic book store.
That's 10 years. That's right.
Well, just see if you can't talk him out of rent for 2 years, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, but you know what? Our landlord has been awesome with us.
Yeah.
He isn't always awesome necessarily with other people, I'm sure, but he's been really super cool with us. And, I think he understands. We put it out there. And not only that, we're dealing with his son also and the property manager. So they kind of understand that things are weird. I was trying to.
In Berkeley?
Well, the thing is,
this whole downtown area has been under assault for a year and a half or
it's
more.
Worse now
and it's
than
another
ever.
2 years in the future.
The students just came back. I was having no problem rolling in at 12 to get parking. But now the parking isn't here, and all the construction is really ramping up. And
so hold on.
Blocks and blocks away.
How long have you had that store?
8 years.
And you didn't realize the students were coming back?
No. The construction has been going on anyway.
Yeah, the amount of parking is at an all-time critical level.
I get it, but that's another thing that y'all were very well aware of, right? It's been going on for a year and a half.
It was never like this before. It's the perfect storm. No parking and students come back to take away all the parking. Berkeley was always better when there were no students, but there's a parking garage right down the street. I thought you were getting a spot there. No. Oh, that's funny. Eugene was looking into free parking for store owners, and they give these away. And he was looking at the list of the addresses of people that are eligible for this.
Yeah.
And my block skipped altogether.
Why?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
They don't want me to have it. They don't want me. I mean, that's saying,
well, they don't want half-price books to have it either.
It's probably old from the previous street. It might be different after the street changes.
Yeah, because there's not going to be any parking in front of our store.
Talk to your representative. Hey, Okay, hold on. Let me get to the banners real quick because we're
Yeah,
we're moving past this
Good.
to the bestsellers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hit that bestsellers theme.
What is it?
I don't know.
I've got a banner. I'll give you that much.
Puny banner.
Your banner's not
Bestsellers.
worthy.
Bestsellers. Well, Powers of X #3 came out. Would you like to know what the bestseller was?
Powers of whatever. Was it? Wait, do I have to guess? Did they have multiple covers? Like,
Does it go by percentage sold?
They all
Huh?
sold.
Yeah.
it doesn't. Yeah, they're all.
We
Number
got,
sold and percentage sold both top the charts.
yeah, we're gonna owe Diamond a lot of money because we had damaged ones come in.
And you owe them money for that?
No. Watch this. So
Okay, I'm eagerly anticipating.
Yeah, how does
So we wanted to make sure anybody had a copy of it. So we put the damages in, and then we reported the damaged. Okay.
Uh-huh.
back?
So they haven't gotten to the point where they said send them back yet. So
Oh, and you sold them.
they actually, in 2 days, by Friday, I got the brand new ones in, and they were better condition.
Well,
So I
good.
swapped out the other ones. But I have such awesome customers that usually don't care about condition of comic books too much. I have about like maybe 7 to 10 people that give a crap about that stuff. Fantinium kind of does, but he doesn't leave with bags and boards, so he can't that much. And you know, I have like other customers. I don't want bags and boards. Anyway,
Here's the damage rate.
there's a damaged comic right there. So I sold those damaged copies to people because they just want to read the story. And I also sold the ones that I got in on Friday.
I don't think you should be admitting to that on this.
No, it doesn't matter because what happens is instead of sending it back, I just got to pay for the things I made money on. So,
Okay.
and you know, I can always mess up these other ones and send
No,
those.
I don't want to hear it. I
Well,
don't
I
want to
mean,
hear it. I
it
don't
won't
want to hear
matter.
that.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just damage them, make money, or pay off of it. Either way. I mean, paying is one way, and it's what I'll have to do.
Yeah.
And it's great because
That
I've
means
been
you made
selling.
the
It's the
money. That
first
means you made the
time.
money.
It's the first time I've actually had a surplus of those comics since it started,
Right. So that is.
which I will not have tomorrow. I will not have a surplus. Every issue that I got in of the A cover has been accounted for, including 5 others since I placed that order a while
People just
ago.
keep adding it to their
People
list.
just keep adding.
Well, that's
it.
good. It's growing.
It is.
That's
But-
I mean, that's the indicator, right? They always go down at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
But
And this is a limited series. It's half over.
Yeah, it's half over,
Yeah.
and I'm just selling more and more. In fact, I'm making orders for like the 3rd prints of #1 House of X and 3rd prints of House of X #2 and whatever. And I got some of them in, and they're coming. If you haven't been reading it, you should get on it. It's a really good book. We talk about it at least twice a week here in the store. At least, I mean, just Jeff and me, and then I also do it with like other customers. It's hot.
What, customers? Yeah,
I said I
agree.
do it with other customers. I said,
That's so that's so sexy.
sometimes I do it with
Knock
one
it off,
customer,
man. Knock it
and
off.
then another one comes up, and I do it with them right in front of the other one.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
So what else sold well though?
Here's children.
What else is what? Oh,
What
what
else
else
sold
did we
well?
sell?
Besides
Batman
House of X.
77 sold out. Tom
Oh,
King does it
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Well, what actually was the thing that made this issue like fly off the shelves? What
A
was the thing that made
character
it-
died, so
Bum,
one
bum.
or two.
Batman died?
Yep. A character.
What?
Probably Batman. It was probably Batman.
Batman will
Can't
stay
confirm it. It was
dead. He's
probably
dead.
Batman. He died forever, never coming
Oh
back.
my god.
So,
I'm not buying the next one.
unfortunately, I
Oh,
sold out of them.
I was kidding.
And I can't order anymore. Hopefully,
why
they'll
not?
get second print. So, if you want to read about the character who died, I'm not saying it's Batman, but we said it was. I'm sure I'll have it. You know, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine.
And since there is no Batman 78, you'll know.
Yeah, exactly. I heard they canceled Batman.
Well, the one thing I do know is that there's going to be an in-between story to kind of give you a little cooling off period. I'm assuming that's starting with the next issue.
Are you talking about Saga?
No, I'm talking about Batman. So
Talking
the next
about
issue will be I'm assuming Batman will, in caption paragraphs only, have a poem maybe, or maybe not Batman. If he's died, it'll be some other friend of his. Will be like looking out into a sunset on a beach, maybe on a veranda overlooking the ocean, whatever. And there'll be this long poem and maybe a letter to Bruce, or not Bruce to somebody else.
Dear Bruce.
And it will go on for like 23 issues. And then the next issue, 23 pages. Sorry, 23 pages. And then the next issue, we'll get like, maybe that person receiving that letter that was or wasn't written. And that's a Tom King like story arc right there.
Okay. All right. That sounds great. That
And
sounds
then,
great.
And then we'll get back to the City of Bane story that we'll be anxiously anticipating, since we had to wade through 3 issues of nonsense.
In the city.
Okay, nonsense. Tom King nonsense. Got it.
Tom King is the Danielle Steele of comics, Mike.
Ouch. I think. You know what? I would still
nearly that many comics. Get out of here.
I would still be all right with owning the very first Danielle Steele book. Why not? Just take it.
I got to admit, I've never read Danielle Steele.
I haven't either. Okay, so no, I don't think men really read romances. They read the Western. At least in the day, they read the Westerns. If there was, gender-based
Louis
fiction.
L'Amour?
Yeah. How many women read Louis L'Amour? How many men read?
Well, I think that's
Danielle Steele.
a lot of times that's like the conversation about comic books. What are the percentage of the people that like comic books?
Don't call me people.
What is the? I mean, yeah, that's tough.
It isn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just guesswork. Can anybody actually give you real numbers?
I don't think anybody will ever be able to.
Bernie always deals in real numbers.
Deals in real numbers.
Yeah, so let's ask Bernie. Let's write him a letter. Let's write him a letter and ask him what the percentages of men versus women that read comic books. Let's just do it.
The top 5% of every 1% is 1%.
Oh, so I watched a video today on Big Think, and it was Lee Smolin, I believe the guy's name is, and he was talking about physics, which I enjoy listening to. And he talks very slowly, and I was like skimming through the comments, and some, several people were like, "This is ridiculous. He's so hard to concentrate on." Blah blah blah. And then one guy was like, "If you listen to him at 1.25 speed, he makes perfect sense." So I turned him up to 1.25 speed, and sure enough, it was like listening to a normal person talk. I mean, this guy's just talking like this the whole time. It's kind of amazing. It was good. It was a good talk too, though.
Like William Burroughs, maybe.
I do like William Burroughs' voice.
Yeah, I find his voice to be perfectly soothing at normal
Oh,
speed.
I like it.
But
Sometimes there's a cadence that goes with it.
Have you
Well,
ever
he did hang out with poets,
videos? The Jeff Goldblum slowed down. They're at like 50% speed or 75% speed. Jeff Goldblum, where he's talking, and they're so good.
I'm done with Jeff Goldblum. I think.
No.
I'm done with his silly shoes.
Never.
His high pants.
His high pants are very fashionable. He's
what-
tall.
He's an
What's
artist.
wrong with him?
He's authentic. He's
wearing
Jeff
cool
Goldblum.
pants and shoes.
Yeah.
He's being funny. He's getting paid to be alive. He's having a good time. What's wrong with Jeff
I'm with Will
Goldblum?
on this one.
I don't know. I'm not. I mean, he's fine. I just don't.
Well,
like
first
him
of
that
all,
much.
us Jeffs are always going to stick together. You're never going to get between another Jeff unless they start with a G, and then
Oh, I like
No
that.
Jeff
I
with a
remember
G.
figuring that out for the first time and going, jail. Oh, got it. We're not talking about bestsellers anymore. What are we talking about, guys?
You're not.
Well,
You
we
only
weren't
hit
talking
2
about. I only
bestsellers.
talked about Batman and Powers.
Were
of
there more?
10.
Can there be more than 2 bestsellers, Jeff?
I mean, I feel like there
Sometimes.
really can only be one.
There can only be one. It's like the Highlander, man.
Yeah, it's
There
the
can
best.
There can
Well,
be-
I sold out
These
of
are
Batman.
the better sellers.
If I theoretically had more Batman, I probably would have sold a lot more Batman.
Same
Prove
thing
it.
with X.
Prove it. Does Bernie Sanders say so? I don't think so.
Well, no.
Why
no,
did you-
It's true because
Why didn't you order enough Batman? Is what I want to know.
Batman has been shrinking. And all right, remember how I said I wanted to save the comic book industry? This is like going to be part 1.
Is that what this thing's called? Yeah, I heard you.
Yule
Yeah.
saves the comic book industry.
I think we need to reorder the title to make it legible, but it's fine.
Okay. I'm going to start with bi-weekly books.
Mm.
It's over.
Don't do them.
It's done.
What's over, Yule? Bi-weekly books are over?
Define
I-
bi-weekly books, though,
all right,
for the
so-
people at home.
A bi-weekly book is a book that comes out twice a month.
No, I know, but you're not allowing them to be printed anymore? Are you going to stop buying them for your store?
No, this is what needs to happen.
Okay.
We are in.
They're canceled.
Yeah, I don't know how Jeff feels about this, but we've talked about the binging on the Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the thing to
And
do.
You
Binge.
cannot retain that information that way. It can't
Wait,
be.
from binging?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean, you can get the nuts and bolts of what you need to get it, but you're not gonna.
Yeah, no. By the
You're
6th
gonna have to-
episode you're watching, what are you retaining? I agree.
And not only that,
Okay.
but
Mind
the
is
shows are
numbed.
the shows are written for the people that write to watch them that way, and they're meaningless anyway. I mean, you can. These things should be like 3-episode miniseries. And the thing is that comic books are being written the same way, and I'm sick of it.
For binging.
That's why he's having this like little.
Like, do you think it's the same to say that television and comic books, like your brain doesn't respond to those two things the same way?
Well, it kind of does. I mean, television. You don't think television and comic books?
Television supposedly sedates you and
Yes.
puts you
All
into
right,
like
so
a
comic
trance.
books
Like,
are supposed to be
and reading.
more engaging, is what they say.
Yeah.
Reading has never made my mind duller.
Right. Well,
Well, if you read 7 straight Tom King comic books, come back and talk to me how you feel. Because
Well, I would just stop
I'm sorry
reading.
I'm ripping on him right now, but he's like kind of like
You are kind of. You know, you
Well,
kind
no,
of are. Tom
I-
King, we don't like you anymore.
you were the first dude who ever tried to sell me on Tom King. You were the first Tom King salesman.
I was the acolyte. I was the I got a little too excited. I
back
think.
in the,
Too excited.
the Omega Men.
It was the Omega Man and Vision, which were going on at the same time.
Wait, they
and,
were? No, Omega Man was before Vision.
Well, I can look it up,
Oh,
but
I
it was
forgot.
similar- it was very similar,
Oh.
close to time. And it was right when Vision came out that DC had to snatch him up and make him exclusive. So making him exclusive, of course, they were going to put him on Batman or something very big, which is, interesting
But
because
not
they
at
spent all
first.
that money for Bendis.
They didn't put him on Batman immediately.
No, it wasn't until Rebirth, and then he got it.
Right.
So Snyder finished up. He was doing Omega Men and Sheriff of Babylon. He was getting awards and recognition and stuff like that. Mitch Gerard was, a big influencer when it came to, how people saw him, his good art that went along with,
Yeah.
Mr. Miracle and
It is
stuff like
good
that.
Well, the art in Omega Man was pretty
Yeah,
good.
that Berenda
It was
guy, I
okay.
think his name is.
Solid.
And
The ending of that book was questionable.
questionable. See, now I never read the ending of that. I never read the ending of Vision.
I may
I-
have never started it if I had known that the guy who sold me on it didn't even finish it.
Well, we started selling out in issue form. Of course, as the series goes on, it dwindles also. So there were issues I didn't read, and I'm like, I'll get back to it eventually. I mean, this guy is going to be he's a genius. This is something I'm really into. Well,
The Vision is something I'm really into.
The Vision, that first couple issues of The Vision were fantastic. They were touting it as Marvel's Watchmen.
Who was touting it?
Is
Is
Comics
people
writers.
that chatter online about comic books.
Uh-huh.
This was something that people actually said.
Clickbait.
But yeah, so it was but I did like it. I really did. I mean, he was doing something new. He was doing something different. He was bringing a sophistication and a class to comic books you don't always see. And then Batman, and the thing about Batman is it comes out bi-weekly.
Oof.
And regardless if Tom King is great, 77 issues I think could be boiled down to about 35 or 40 in the old days.
Oh man.
And I would argue that his issues have been about half half
they're
of them
about
have
half
been good,
Yeah.
and half of them been
It's the ones that feel like filler
that
or
are filler. Yeah.
Could the courtroom one that I crowed about have been a shorter, not 3-issue storyline? Yes, but 3 issues these days feels refreshing. Usually it's 6, and it's really half of 12.
But
And I'm gonna leave when I'm done with this crap.
really, that goes back though to Bendis and Warren
Yeah.
Ellis back in Marvel times, doing that decompressed Japanese style, manga style storytelling where everything is super slowed down and there's just quote unquote room to breathe.
Yeah, so Bendis was really good at pacing a story differently than most people when they're filling a 6-issue trade. Same thing with Warren Ellis. These guys understand, speed up, slow down, long sentence, short sentence, long sentence, short sentence, long, short, long.
That's my understanding of it too.
Yeah, exactly. It's called the rhythm method, I think. Anyway, when Bendis is on and he's doing it, you don't feel like you're being abused. But it's all the time now. And the thing is we are getting the influenced by Bendis people writing comic books now. And they're not as good as Bendis when he was at his best. And he's not there anymore either. He's tired. I'm tired of him.
He's tired.
I mean, and bi-weekly comic books forces a person to get something out that really shouldn't have been out in the first place. When in the old days, they would have comic books in the can so that if you didn't meet your monthly deadline because you were awesome and did 3 books that month and you did 2 monthlies all the time, and don't forget that annual that's right around the corner and stuff like that, I got sick, or I wanted to take a vacation. They had somebody that did something, and a lot of times it was someone that was trying to get work in the industry. Not always, but sometimes. And that's what it was, just filler. That was the filler, but at least it was new. It wasn't some tired story that was could have been told in 1 issue instead of 3.
So are you lamenting the old way?
No, not at all. There's some.
There's a new, better way that has yet to be discovered.
There is a new, better way.
But
People don't realize that. We enjoyed Hawkeye when Matt Fraction was writing it, especially at the beginning, because they were single issue stories. I don't need to buy the 3rd issue to enjoy the 4th issue, and on and on and on. It got a little more, as the story went on, a little bit more connected, but that was okay. But in the beginning, it was so fresh. It was so different. Warren Ellis did Secret Avengers not so long ago, and it was only 6 issues long. And he did a new story in each issue featuring different characters. He did Moon Knight the same way. Yeah, it was only 6. He did Moon Knight the same way. He created a new persona for the Moon Knight, and he let everybody after the fact play with it if they wanted to.
Global frequency.
Yeah, he did single issue stories to make these Moon Knight issues cool, and people are willing to, the thing that's awesome about this whole House of X and Power of 10 thing is that I am actually selling the issues before people get them. Unfortunately, you do have to, for the most part, read them together, but people are willing to do that and, catch up after the fact, which is something you don't usually see in comics these days. Oh, I'll just wait for the trade, or I'll just wait till you get them all in and then I'll buy them all at the same time because, I have to binge them. Now, these are ones that you're going to have a hard time understanding them anyway, so you can just jump in.
You're not going to get it. It's like watching David Lynch.
Of Powers of X, you figured a lot of stuff out. You were told a lot of stuff. So it was, for anybody that was confused, it was helpful. And there were still enough question marks that.
Shara said it was the confused term.
Oh, so Bruja was confused more than all. Okay, that's weird. I thought it was pretty understandable, but I might have been like reading it really fast. But ultimately, one of the questions we were wondering was answered, and I mean definitively. So, and it was cool too. It was Hickman really does X-Men well, and he really he did well. He did very good when he wrote Fantastic Four. And just to let you know, tomorrow, the Fantastic Four Volume 2 Hickman book comes out.
Oh, well, there's a company that's paying attention because that's such a good idea, right?
It is a good idea. Unfortunately,
I'm thinking of the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible how they capitalized on that.
Your comic book company.
Doesn't matter, dude. Different. Dark Horse should have known.
Yeah, Dark Horse blew it.
They blew it.
Hold on a second.
All right. Holding on. I'm waiting. What's going on with y'all?
My dog to fall. I have him up on the counter.
Just put padding down on the floor, yeah?
Well, it is. I mean, it's wood. I mean, he'll bounce, right?
Probably.
Anyhow.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, I think bi-weekly comics, when Tom King is off Batman, they said they're going to go to a monthly. They're going to go monthly again.
Okay.
They're going to be doing that for Wonder Woman and Superman. Well, Superman already was anyway.
Doing what? Putting out a bi-monthly and then going to monthly?
Yeah, going to monthly.
They've been bi-monthly since Rebirth.
Yeah.
That's been a while then.
Yeah, it's been a while. And it's
70 issues.
I really enjoyed Flash. Williamson writes it, and he does a really great job. But he's still writing it. Wow.
It's a long run.
Even if I thought all of it was great, how much of that can I really retain? If sometimes
I don't know.
Filler issues are, I feel, better than when I'm reading the Batman filler issues. But there's still filler issues. These things didn't need to take as long to tell the story. And it's just filling space. And I can only retain so much these days.
Maybe you just shouldn't read it.
And I think the people that are buying these comics are also. It's really just, you can't binge all of it. You can't binge all of your comics. Oh, I've got the complete story. I'll read it now. Well, you're not going to love it as much as when you were waiting for it. And, here's an example. Doomsday Clock has been late. It's late. And it always sells. And when a new issue comes out, I sell all the old issues again. And it's incredible because this is something that somebody wants to pick up. They want to come pick up.
Restocking old issues.
I do restock the old issues if I have them in stock.
And they keep reprinting them.
They are now to the point where they're not going to reprint them anymore because there will be a collection of the first 6 issues.
Good.
But all this time I keep reordering them, I keep selling them, and this is something that continues. I would not say it is convenient for me or ideal for me to have a comic book that comes out so irregularly. but for one that does, it does a really good job
Well,
in
if
the
it's
story.
got a long tail like that, then it's almost worth it.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that it would be better for more Batmans to be skipped a month than to have two.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, but I'm a quality over quantity.
Well,
guy.
I might be able. What you can't factor in anymore is that I might, if so, it's twice a month, so it's 77 issues. Cut that in half. His whole run, if it was a monthly book, would be what, 35, 40 issues. So in those 40 issues, if he had to tell the same 6 issues, they would either be even more packed with more vital information and less filler to complete the 6 issues, or the story would be in less issues, or it would be, I don't know, maybe it would be connected longer. His whole thing was like, this is going to go 100 issues. At the end of the 50th issue, when the Catwoman didn't marry the Batman,
That was mean.
yeah, it was mean to a lot of people. There were stores that had weddings, to break in this comic book, and everybody was like, "Oh, what a type of bad omen for a marriage, right?"
Yeah, agreed. It's
Oh
probably
man,
wasn't a good plan though.
married when Catwoman and Batman tied the knot.
Mm.
I can't stand you anymore. Get out of here.
that's your punishment for being a nerd.
Yeah, that is your punishment. I agree.
They can still name their children, if they
Yeah,
want.
Selena and Bruce. There you go.
No,
No, don't do
Helena
it.
and Dick.
Oh, Helena and Dick. Yeah, we're going Earth 2. World Earth 2, yeah. Earth 2 all the way. Anyhow, so yeah, bi-weekly comics bad. Not a good thing.
Bad.
There is a time when it's good. We're seeing Powers of X and Powers of 10 and House of X. They're doing great for us. It's coming out bi-weekly. Jeff was saying earlier, God, it feels like it's been so long since the last issue came out. It came out a week ago. This guy is packing every freaking issue with stuff that you need. And it's fast, and I thank the Lord that it's coming out every week. There better not be a delay. I'm going to be so upset. Or what will really happen is I'll get all those reprints in, and I'll keep selling them until that 6th issue comes out. But I don't think that's going to happen. He's showing me stuff that I don't know what he's talking about.
Preview of text.
Preview of text.
Just a black
Yeah.
page of
Anyway,
text.
so Hawks and Pox all the way.
All the way.
Yeah. So there you go. Bestsellers.
Couldn't be
Bestsellers.
Books. Superman Year 1 Earth, whatever, Black Label number 2. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, that came out. That did okay.
Oh, were we on Comic Talk?
The first issue when the second issue was coming out. Go figure.
Can't.
All right. So how was your week? I'm going to change this camera.
Right?
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to say I remember how to do something.
Frank Miller?
Yes.
And John Romita Juju.
This is the best.
Yeah.
You
All
changing
right.
your camera or what?
Oh, that's great. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So let me just do that. Boom.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Eul's moving his camera. I don't like being on camera alone. I wish Jeff was around. Geez, that'd be interesting. You could hang out with Jeff for a little while, but I suppose
that would be something.
we should get a photo of you in here so that whenever it just goes, it changes the size.
We can do that.
Oh, really?
Or
ju-
a photo.
Yeah, with or just whatever.
An appropriately incognito photo of me. Sure.
Exactly. A lot of sunglasses, a lot of hat, tattoos, whatever.
I have
Jesus
one where I'm
Christ.
wearing a fake cardboard beard over top of my real hair.
Your real beard. Yep.
Your real hair.
You know that experience? Well, do you guys share the experience where you just like a memory will come out of nowhere? Real old, and you'll be like, wow, that was amazing. I just remembered that for no apparent reason.
Yeah, I
You're-
remember stuff.
Sometimes I can remember things. I mean, unbidden. You know, you're not trying to remember, but like somebody just pops out of your memory. I remember the thickest beard I've ever met.
Oh,
Yesterday when I was driving. I was like, damn, that guy had a thick beard. I was just driving. I wasn't thinking about beards. I don't know what was going on.
that's a good one.
Thickest beard, man.
Sorry, what?
All right. Well, hold on.
Oh
Well,
my
now
God.
we're doing this.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh,
And wait, well, this is which one of the banners is this for? Go on. Just go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
No, I've got nothing to say. I'm just looking for a banner.
So if I raise this up, it would be better.
You tell me. I think it's fine.
Okay, good. I just don't know if it will do. Oh, that's too tall now.
Oh no. Oh no. That can't be done.
What about like that?
Yeah, it's great. It's just like it was before you put the things underneath it.
You're right. So let's not do that. Let's take it down. Let's take it down a notch. All right, there you go. So these are comics that are coming out. Oh wait, we're still doing reviews.
I don't know.
Reviews of Powers of X.
Oh, they were good. You said that. Yep. You liked it.
The powers were amazing.
Or Powers of 10, I mean. All right, now these are comics that are coming out tomorrow.
Oh, new comic book day.
I wanted to also. Here's another thing that's problematic with comics: multiple covers.
Well, what's wrong with multiple covers, Yule?
Well, the thing is for me ordering for a store, it's very difficult to keep track of what people want and how much they are willing to buy if you're doing all the multiple covers all the time.
Yeah,
So
sure.
it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
That. But I do my job, and I hopefully do a good job on that. This copy is the copy that's coming out next week, or this week, tomorrow, I mean. Superman. Yay! There's even a Legion thing at the bottom. Now, this is the cover that was not allowed to be sold and that I have to destroy. There's even an affidavit. I don't know if we talked about that.
No, we did not.
There's an affidavit that I have to sign.
That's what AD stands for. I never knew that.
So this is possibly going for money on eBay.
You should just tear it up right now, buddy. Just tear the cover off.
Ooh,
No, I mean that's what I'm gonna have to ultimately do.
Do it in front of
Anyway,
me.
the reason why this book is big is because the Legion of Superheroes are being reintroduced into the DC universe by Brian Michael Bendis.
I'm sorry. When did they leave?
first rebirth appearance where they left when
it's their
in
first
the New 52.
Yeah, it's their first post rebirth appearance for DC.
Okay.
They were obviously one of the main titles that they kicked off the New 52 with. They failed famously, and also DC always
Expectedly.
unexpectedly. DC always has the rep as kind of being like, an Oldsmobile, your father's car or your grandfather's car. And, Marvel always had that, we're kind of like a souped up Porsche or something like that, at least a muscle car. And the Legion of Superheroes were probably the biggest fuddy-duddies of them all. So why would anybody new care about it? I don't know, but Brian Michael Bendis is going to do it. Of course, the rumor a few years ago was that Jonathan Hickman was going to do that. And I couldn't believe it, but oh my gosh, wouldn't that have been the greatest thing?
He was busy. This is a case of David Lynch was busy and couldn't do Star Wars.
The case was he didn't want to take second. He doesn't go second fiddle to nobody. Is that what it is? Second fiddle? Anyway, that's coming out. Hey, everybody. There's a Fantastic Four miniseries coming out. It's called Yancey Street, or For Yancey Street. Yancey Street's the street that Ben Grimm lives on and lived on as a kid. He's bullied by the gang called the Yancey Street Gang. And,
what is this, Archie?
Yeah, well, and then he comes back as Ben Grimm, and he's supposed to be the hero, but he can never win their affection. They still don't like him. Anyhow, this is going to have artwork by Greg Smallwood.
Whoa.
And he's good. And Jerry Dugan,
Ooh.
Gary Dugan is writing it, and it's probably going to be humorous.
Gary Duggan.
Oh, Gary Duggan. Jerry Dugan. He is usually humorous when he needs to be, and I'm sure this story is going to call for it.
Bagley
I know Bagley's in it. It's probably one shot or
at the very end.
yeah. Anyway,
Oh nope, there it is. That's Bagley.
yeah, there you go. Sweet Petunia.
Oh,
You got to buy this. All right.
it's worth it for that Smallwood.
Woo. Oh yeah, Smallwood's excellent.
Really.
Justice League comes out tomorrow. I've been enjoying this still. The last
Sexy
issue,
Lexi.
the last issue was a dream sequence, basically, of Starro attacking, or Jarro, which is like a piece of an appendage of Starro, which is helpful to the Justice League. He's a friend of theirs. In fact, he wears like a Robin costume. And he went out and attacked Legion of Doom in the last issue.
Wow, that was
There is a hook, a little something that you want to read, and I don't want to spoil for the last issue. But this is just continuing this whole Year of the Villain bit. This is the main title, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the Year of the Villain, and Scott Snyder's back on, so we know. Oh, man, good artwork. Looks like Jim Chung's back on too.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's Jimenez and Sanchez. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He always works with good people
Jimenez is
on these. And Starman's involved. We were talking not too long ago about how this whole storyline in Justice League, and if you have to continue with that, the Justice League no justice, Batman Metal, all that stuff tying in together. Feels very much like Hickman's Avengers from a few years ago, where he was basically putting together the super team. It's even similar in the fact that Starman's used in here, and in the Avengers, Star Brand was used. Not just in the name, but these are kind of misunderstood characters that you can do a lot with. And
they are kind of blank.
They are very similar. Anyway, Justice League is good, though.
Yeah.
Oh, back in the 90s, this was the greatest comic that ever was created.
There's a lot of glare on that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Amazing Spider-Man 300 is in a bag.
300D.
This is going to cost, 300 3D.
I don't get it.
This is going to cost $7.99.
That's actually cheaper than I would have guessed.
Yeah. This is the entire 300th issue of Spider-Man in 3D form. This is when you find Venom for the first time, basically. Todd McFarlane does the art. If you had to buy this in real comic book, first print, awesome, minty goodness, it would cost you a few $100s probably. So not only can you get it, but you can get it in 3D. I'm a big fan of 3D, so I'm hoping this is good. I'm a sucker.
You're a sucker.
Oh, speaking of alternative covers, the Amazing Spider-Man is going to get one this week. I've been enjoying the Amazing Spider-Man. A lot of people haven't. I don't think they enjoy very much this woman's lib version of a supervillainess group, which is attacking not really Spider-Man, but his buddy Captain Boomerang. Boomerang. Anyhow, that's Peter's roommate. And he also has, because of the Kingpin, been exonerated for his crimes because he did good stuff during that whole Secret Empire mess. I have been enjoying Spider-Man. Some things that Nick Spencer does in it, I'm not a fan of. One thing I do like, he hasn't made him a Nazi. So that's pretty good. Joking, everybody. The artwork's been pretty good. I'm not a big Ryan Otley fan, and thankfully, he's not on the book right now. This is who's doing it? Oh no, Kev Walker. Yeah, Kev Walker's been doing the last couple issues. It's very reminiscent of Patrick Gleason, who's going to be the next ongoing artist. Here's Spidey. Oh yeah, Spidey's creeping on his roommate, Robbie's son, whatever his name is, and that's the super villainous, the Beetle. she's leading the group of women that have like 401k plans
How
and
many
stuff like that.
roommates does he have?
He has 2. He has Boomerang and Robbie's son.
He's
He
a
lives in-
college professor.
The
these
problem,
days?
no, he wasn't.
Lives in New York,
The
dude.
problem is
Yeah,
that
but he still is at Empire State University.
he's not. He got discredited
Oh,
because it got found out that the paper that he wrote his thesis for
oh,
was
written
the
by
doctor.
the doctor.
Dr. Octopus did it
That's right.
when Dr. Octopus was in
I
Peter's
forgot.
body.
That's right.
The thing I didn't like about that scene was that Aunt May like kind of turned her back on him a little bit in that moment. I'm like, May wouldn't do that. Anyway, this is the alternate
Especially
cover.
'cause she used
I'm
to
only
bone
selling this
Otto.
to anybody that listens to this show
Oh,
for cover price, that is.
damn. Oh.
Everybody else is going to have to pay a little extra. All right. Oh, the Avengers is doing the same thing.
Hashtag
Oh, yeah.
You did watch the show.
Yeah, the hashtag you did watch the show. The deal here is that in the 80s, they had Marvel banners with all the faces of their characters. They even did those in Star Comics, and those are sometimes sought after comics, so they're
Does that
kind of
sound
doing it
really
again. I don't know about this, but this is Ramos.
That is. but
Yeah.
The banner, I mean. The
I don't know. It looks kind of not so great. Anyway, here's the banner again on She-Hulk for the Avengers. Avengers by Jason Aaron. Sometimes it's Ed McGuinness doing the art. Who is it right now? It's
Stefano
Stefano Caselli. This was dealing with Ghost Rider, if I'm not mistaken. But of course, we're talking about the
This is the new one?
special cover. Again, you can get it for cover price if you come in and mention the show. The supplies are limited.
Hey, how tall is she?
She's like probably she's portrayed about 7 feet, I think here.
Shoki.
She has sometimes been smaller, but you figure here. Let's see, you can see Thor here. He's probably at least 6'2". So I figure what she's 7 feet, maybe like
She's probably
maybe
close.
she's 6'10".
She might
you
be
know?
6'10",
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And she is way more
Dude,
buffed
she's
out and
so
steroidy than normal.
But she's still looking smoking hot.
That's like
sorry.
thick.
I wouldn't tell her otherwise.
I'm sorry. I'm with Thor on this one.
All right.
Thor-
Thor needs to
Yeah.
tussle. I mean, he likes a good time. I mean, I don't
I'm
blame
with
him.
Wyatt Wingfoot on.
Well, yeah, but Wyatt Wingfoot had a much more playmate kind of shulky.
Hey, whatever's clever.
Whatever's clever. All right, guys. Alternate covers galore. Curse of the White Knight #2.
Mhm.
That's almost so dark. Look at that.
And shiny.
And shiny.
Yeah, double
Yeah,
double
these are
whammy.
nice cardstock covers. I really like them.
Really high gloss.
High gloss.
Yeah.
So we are introduced to Azrael in the last issue. Or in the first issue, I should say, he kind of got a death sentence, found out he has cancer. He's all like, quit smoking. He's kind of out of shape and all this other stuff. We're also getting more, it's funny. In the end of the last White Knight, Alfred died. It's like I can't believe anybody would ever kill Alfred in a story.
I had always wondered if anybody would ever do it, actually.
It's interesting. Anyway,
That can't be the first time.
it can't be, and it probably isn't the last time.
Don't at me, bro.
Don't at me. Anyway, it's just really fantastic artwork. He has a really good grasp as far as like writing good Batman stories, and the
And
Joker's
drawing
still
them,
involved,
too.
and drawing them. And if an artist can draw, he has a very good chance of being okay as far as a writer. Usually,
Do his books come out on time?
Wait
Yeah,
a
they
minute
do.
now.
I'm just joking. It was supposed to be funny.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I'm silly.
I see. You were speaking
A little
tongue in
fishy.
cheek.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
But
Hopefully-
he's been writing his own stuff forever.
I think if an artist is a 10, then they only need to be a 5. They might not be superstar great as far as writers, but they only need to facilitate the story very minimally writing wise.
If your art is
If your art is so great.
yeah, no, I agree. And his art is sublime, and his writing is also super good. Like,
He's like a 7.
and
I
this
think.
is a
Maybe
Batman
an 8.
story. Like,
Yeah.
Punk Rock Jesus is an entirely original work, and it's unassailable. I love it.
Punk Rock Jesus.
Buy it at Fantastic Comics.
Yeah, especially if we have it.
Yeah, come in because we might not.
Also, Fantinuum is going to be buying all of these two covers for sure.
Are those his copies?
Well, stop fingerprinting them up then.
Not those two. Batman Superman #1 comes out. It's written by Joshua Williamson, I do believe.
Yes.
And it has art by David Marquez. Marquez was hot. He started up Iron Man when Bendis took over. And he did a really good job, but like most artists, he did about 6 issues. Maybe like he did a second story art in like the 12th issue or something.
And not like his 3D joiner artwork, which he could probably crank out. Was that the name of that book?
Yeah, Joiners. Yeah,
Joiners?
That's interesting work also.
But
So
it don't look like that.
yeah, it doesn't look like this. Batman Superman, there is going to be the Joker Who Laughs, which is going to have the collection
Batman
come out.
Laughs.
Oh, sorry, the Batman Who Laughs.
All the Jokers.
All the Jokers laugh. What an idiot I am. The Batman Who Laughs. He looks anyway. The Batman Who Laughs is going to be one of the main villains, at least in this first storyline. People that like that are going to probably be interested in it.
Cannonball right here.
Cannonball
Sam
action,
Guthrie.
and you know what's interesting? They are both wearing underwear now on the outside. And you know what? That's exactly how superheroes should be rocking it.
Oh, that's such a funny thing to wear.
I'm sure they wear underwear on the inside also.
Underwear with belt loops.
That's right. They're really shorts. I think
They're
Darwin.
just short shorts, man. It's
I
like,
think Darwin Cook did the best version when he made them like trunks.
He made them.
They look like
you
gym.
think
They
they're
look
made
like,
of leather?
you know how you have like shorts under or on top of your sweatpants also.
Is that little you? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
That's,
I know how it's
So that's an
done.
alternate that Fantinuum's getting,
I want that
and
one.
he'll want this one
I'll get
also.
that one.
And so there you go.
Oh, the
and then-
covers go together?
I don't
put
know.
them
They
Oh,
don't.
wait.
Yeah, you do.
well, one
Yeah,
of
they
them
do. Yeah, they
Let's see.
do. Put them together.
There it is.
There you go.
Oh, it's magical.
It is magical. I gotta admit, that's a gimmick I'm always down for.
Yeah.
This other one, not as much a big deal
I
about.
wish I had that Ozrock. No, I want that.
But it
one.
looks
That's
good.
the one I want.
That
This
is
one-
pretty cool looking.
It's good.
It's got no logo.
Yeah, I like that too.
These are the hardest things to have last in the store because the logo isn't here. So people just like kind of pass it up.
Yeah.
It's like it looks awesome. They don't care.
I'll take that right off your hands.
All right.
I'll skim that right off the top.
Yes.
All right. Last but not least,
Oh, now how about that one?
now
How
I
hard
am
is that
showing
to
you.
sell?
All
I can't tell what I'm looking at.
right.
Yeah,
So
exactly. You
so-
don't want that one last.
hold on a sec. Where the hell did I put it?
Is that a? I mean, I can't. Is it Marvel?
Imagine, if you will, picture a world in which every Marvel comic,
Twilight Zone.
every ever published was published sequentially.
Okay.
This would be Marvel number 1,000. I don't even think that's true. That
I think
doesn't
that's a
even,
good
the
one.
numbers don't even add up, do they?
I don't know. I you know what? In the back of this, it might say something.
Is this the issue? Is this the issue where they wanted to have their own number 1,000, so they just
Yep.
That's
invented it?
right. You got it.
100%.
This, Action Comics made it to whatever the heck they made it to. Oh, damn it.
They're
So-
up to 1050 by
so-
now, probably. They got both feet on the gas.
So just like all those action and detectives that went to 1,000, these guys did a whole bunch of alternate covers also. So you have a Where's Waldo one
That makes sense.
With no
um,
title. So
with no title.
I love it.
So we know this guy loves it. We have a Thanos cover with all the cosmic Marvel characters
Jim
and
Starlin
Spider-Man.
rolling over in his grave. Wait,
He's
did
still
He
alive.
probably wrote something for this, didn't he?
They have a whole bunch of names on the back right here.
Oh,
These are all the people that worked on the book.
Jim Starlin?
Yeah.
Did he?
I don't know. You're gonna have to look it up.
Yikes.
But there's a lot of people.
If they
There's
did
a nice
that,
cat one.
especially offensive.
Oh, and these are decades. So this is
This
what
is
the
the
1940s. Yeah. And here, we
this
got
is the
your mark.
2000,
So this is
2000s.
Ultimates, basically,
Yeah.
is what that is.
Yeah.
It's all the Ultimates.
Oh, that's Kitty Pryde, right?
Oh, she is.
That's
She's
Ultimate Kitty Pryde.
Ultimate Kitty Pryde. She had a thing for Peter.
I think.
She always
I
has
could
a
be
thing for
mistaken. That
Peter.
might be Ultimate Jessica Drew, who was a clone of Peter Parker.
Yeah, I can't. Be
Who
bothered
can
with that.
remember?
This is a nice one. I think that's mine.
That's a really good one.
I like that. That's my She-Hulk right there.
Look at that Thor though.
That's a good Thor.
Beard out.
All right.
The Wolverine's
Here's the other
neck looks
Captain
really
America one.
good.
This is, what is this supposed to be, like a 30s one or something?
There was no.
Is
Or 40s? I don't
is
know
it,
what
is it World War II? Is that was
I
that
thought
what
they
that was?
were supposed to be doing a timely one. Oh yeah,
That
probably
does look
50s
like
then.
timely. Oh.
But I thought that it just looks like it's timely, but I guess I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. This would be 60s, right?
Yeah.
That's sweet. And here we have one. I don't know what the hell that
That's
is.
the horror one.
Oh, that's the horror one. So 70s,
That's very
yeah.
70s.
So there you go there. And
Yeah,
then this
3D
one.
man on the cover. Is that
3D man? Is that 3D man in there? No, that's Blade, dude.
That's Blade with
That's
the green
Blade.
sunglasses?
Yeah, yeah. And then Howard the Duck, of course. He's horror. And then we got this one.
Horrifying.
90s, I guess.
It's, I guess.
Whatever.
There's a lot of claws and stuff. I would say, yeah.
Artist on that.
That looks like, I don't know, that looks like McGinnis to me. Let me
Yep,
put,
I
put
agree.
this one back up.
That's biggest.
Those are sweet. That's very reminiscent of Gene Colan. Anyway, there you go. Those are alternate covers.
Good boy.
I could have bought as many of these alternate covers as I want.
Yeah. Okay. So
The
that
main cover.
they're not limited, is what you mean?
They were not limited. They might be now.
Okay.
This is a $10 comic book.
Ouch. How many covers did they do?
Yeah, it's $10.
How many covers?
They've done more than what I could get. You could have, if you did the get like the 50, you could
Is
get
that
one,
Acuna?
and so on and so forth. That might be Acuna. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It kind of looks like it, but it's hard to tell.
And that one's excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was that all red?
All
I'm
red.
assuming.
Yeah.
That's also one that I would make mine. I would
Yeah.
make you mine. But
That's
anyway,
the one.
so there's a whole bunch of yeah, Spidey's down.
Look at Wolverine's neck. I love it.
You like Wolverine's neck?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
He's really taking a peek.
Yeah, with the banner. Let me do
yeah.
it like that.
Cartoon like, right?
Yeah.
He's
that's
getting
good.
a full eye's worth. Both eyes.
Both eyes. Anyhow, so a lot of alternate covers tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is
Very expensive,
All
man.
on him, because he didn't get the job to draw this cover.
most of my Marvel people don't care about covers that much.
That's good, actually, because
they
that
might
would be
care
expensive.
about the
That's
expensive
good. That
ones.
means you can just keep them to yourself and then sell them to
Yeah, exactly.
sellers online.
No, these aren't very interesting. You guys shouldn't bother coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, don't worry about these.
I'm showing you the alternate covers, but they're none of them rare.
Anybody who doesn't come in and ask for them who didn't watch the show, then maybe you sell them.
Right. Yeah,
People online.
you gotta watch the show and come in and say you want one of these, and it will be made available for you if I have
Nice.
them. But just these.
Yeah.
Greg Horn.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yes.
It looks
Greg
like
Horny.
Horn. Greg Horny.
Greg
Yeah.
Horny. So there you go. That's what's coming out tomorrow.
Nice.
I
Nice.
don't know. What was that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm drinking tea.
I'm drinking
Suspense,
tea. Yeah.
A versus X, Dark Reign, Zombie official.
Even though you're pointing people out, I can't see anything.
It's just a list of words.
It's just a list of words.
Suspense, A versus X, Dark Reign, Zombie official.
Oh, it's a fish. Oh, it's official.
It's official, all right.
You guys better hurry up. It's official. All right.
All right.
We're early.
I know. Let me switch the camera so nobody has to see this stupid comic anymore.
You could put a better one up.
Oh, I could. Well, okay. I mean, if you like a disembodied voice.
I mean,
This is
we're
what I
just
wanted
we're
Jeff
just
to
gonna close down the show and say goodbye. I don't know if we need to be there necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, you don't
Good
want to
cover.
add anything else?
Do you?
I don't know.
I'll just put
No,
all
not
my
really
comic
necessarily.
stuff if you want to look at
Yeah, these are the ones that Jeff picks out for himself.
Ooh.
That is a nice cover. I'm really. Is this the last issue?
Yep. Last issue of Del Mundo and Aaron
So Thor is ending.
before the
Mhm.
4-issue King Thor mini series.
There's going to be a 4-issue King Thor miniseries with art by.
It's
Whoa, those guys are driving backwards.
Those were police driving
They're
backwards.
going down the wrong
Police.
side.
they were
They're going back. I mean, back towards the other direction.
Yes,
driving the wrong
One way.
driving the wrong way. Yeah.
I can't talk.
They're allowed.
They're allowed.
Laws
They can get away
mean
with
nothing to them.
Yeah, they break or make or whatever.
Anyway,
them.
this is the last issue.
That's the last issue. And then there's going to be a King Thor miniseries with art by Asad Ribic.
Ruby.
And Aaron's going to be writing that. And that will be his swan song, his final. And it's going to have, obviously, King Thor. And I think the God Butcher is going to be back.
Oh, goody.
No, I think that the God Butcher's Necro Sword is going to be back,
Oh, is that what it is?
wielded by Loki.
Sword.
It's going to be the final conflict between old King Thor and old Loki.
Loki wasn't dead?
No, he was just hiding and old,
I didn't know that.
like he do.
Damn. Loki. That guy's such a jerk. See you tomorrow. Glitter and duct tape. I did notice that people were saying goodnight. I don't know if you did either.
Also, I need to
Yes.
change
Yeah.
Yes. I yes, I misinterpreted something there, but yes, I did.
I forgot the camera wasn't on my face, even though I now see it is.
No, we're just talking about comics, man. That's
I
all.
was being all shy and everything, and I was.
You're
I didn't know what was
bashful.
going on.
You're bashful, you all.
So I'm really excited. So I'm gonna, being up and wanting to sell and wanting to spread the message of comic books is something that gets lost sometimes. So I am going to try and do that a little bit more. Dude, I know there's 2 covers on that too. The other one's nice. There's this monsters book coming out. Is I don't know what the hell it does. It looks really, really good. Here, I'll open a page for you. Oh, good advertisement. Is Elsa Bloodstone going to be in this? Kind of looks normal on the inside.
Oh, but it's Hepburn. He's good.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
look at that.
Oh, damn. What's this?
Fin Fang. Full.
Is that Hepburn?
Yeah.
Also?
I
Wow.
think so. I mean, that looks like stuff.
It does look like Stoker. Well, if you like Marble Monsters, this is probably a book for you. I know Kyle will
The
get it.
other cover. It's a
Pretty sweet too.
Nick
Bradshaw. Nick Bradshaw.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
Anyway. Yeah, that looks nice. The colors, I really enjoy that.
yeah. Marvel's Monster, the Fin Fang Foom is pretty sweet. I can't really tell you much about all the other ones because this is like from time before Marvel started doing the superhero stuff mostly.
Yeah.
Fin Fang Foom made it back over, and what was he like? Is he a Thor villain? I'm not even sure.
Or Iron Man?
Maybe it is Iron Man. Actually, yeah, you're right.
The
Yeah,
dragon.
yeah, Iron Man. I think you're right because he probably had something to do with the Mandarin and stuff like that. Oh, you know what?
So.
Definitely in Matt Fraction's Iron Man, he was in there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that maybe that's what's making me think that. Also, this cover is awesome.
That is a nice cover. I like that one a lot. Is that Riley Rossmo? Don't know. Nonetheless, Fantinian will get in that one also.
He's doing the inside still.
Yeah. Very impressive. Anyway,
Joshua
there you go,
Middleton.
Lowell.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up for another episode. We Really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you as the week goes on.
Yes, everybody. See you next time. Oh, hold on. Let's do this one more thing. There he goes. Good night.